What up, Doe YouTube? It's your girl DJ313, and I am back again today with another product review. I'm going to be reviewing the PIONEER DDJ SB2. This controller is one of my favorite and most recommended beginner controllers. So before I jump into that review, first things first, make sure you tap in with me. Hit subscribe to this channel. I got tons of fun content for you. Me and my wife's podcast, The Bakers. I got sneakers and sound bites. I got tons of product review during this quarantine. I've been buying tons of stuff, as I know you guys have too. So make sure you tap in with me. Turn on those post notifications. Also, make sure you get at me on Instagram at DJ313, right there on the bottom, and the links in the description below. So without further ado, y'all know how we do it. Let's jump right into it. Let's get it.
It's DJ313.
Alright guys, so in front of me I have the PIONEER DDJ SB2. As I stated earlier, this is one of my favorite beginner DJ controllers for a couple different reasons. Reason number one being the price point. You can find this controller brand new for about $150 to $200, $250. Honestly, I wouldn't suggest paying anything over $200, especially for a beginner DJ. The second reason is because of the size. It's nice and lightweight. It's small enough for you to throw in a backpack, take to a coffee shop, practice wherever, on the go, at home, in your bedroom. It's just a nice, really lightweight controller. And the third reason is because of simplicity. It doesn't have a lot of extra knobs and special effects and valves that you have to figure out. As a beginner DJ, you need to get in and figure out the basics and figure out how Serato DJ works. And I think the SB2 does a really great job of giving you your basic controls and kind of guiding you and showing you what you need to know as a beginner DJ. So let's talk about the layout of the actual controller. So here we have 4 hot cue buttons. I have 4 auto loop buttons, 4 manual loop buttons, and 4 sampler buttons. Those sampler buttons can be assigned in Serato DJ Pro. And beneath those pads, you have a play, cue, sync, and shift button. You'll notice above each deck, there are 3 special effect buttons. Those buttons can be specified in Serato DJ Pro, and to the right of those buttons, you'll find a knob that controls the dry and wet levels of those special effects. Beneath those special effect buttons, you'll find the decks. Both are very nice size for beginner DJs, nice and sturdy, and they have really nice mobility and movement. One thing you'll also notice with the decks on the SB2 versus the SX3 is that they're considerably smaller. Again, this is just another great thing for beginner DJs. The smaller decks allow your hands to get used to what you should be doing. Now, the mixer of this controller is very simple and again, one of my most favorite components of the entire setup. The mixer consists of the headphone cues, your volume faders, your trim controls, your crossfader. You have a nice filter fade effect on the bottom, And you have high pitch and low pitch filters for each deck. Let's briefly talk about this crossfader. So I'm kind of on the edge about this crossfader because I like it. I like the crossfader. It's not too tight. It gives you a lot of flexibility and mobility for beginner DJs still trying to figure things out. But the only thing that I would have to say that I don't like about this crossfader is kind of the same thing that I do like about it, is that it's really thin. And it feels like if you work too hard on it, you could potentially break this piece off. Now, I'm also not tripping because I know you can replace crossfaders really easily. And I know it was probably that small by design to allow beginner DJs to get something that they could grip onto and kind of get used to. So I love it and kind of dislike it at the same reason. So I like this crossfader all in all though. I think it's really good. As you guys can see, I'm really easily getting a crab scratch out. I mean, you can easily get your chirps out. It's a pretty smooth crossfader. To the opposite side of each deck, you'll find a tempo adjust, as well as a key lock button. This key lock button holds the tempo in place despite pitch changes. Another one of my favorite features of this controller is the browser button, as well as the low buttons. In my opinion, this is a really nice feature to have laid out here. It's really simple and clean, and this allows beginner DJs to learn how to add those blends and mixes in a lot faster than they normally would if they were cluttered up with buttons that they didn't necessarily need. The DDJ SB2 is a 4-deck controller, and you can access decks 3 and 4 with the push of a button. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about is going to be the pad trans feature. This button is located beneath each deck, and it actually turns each of the performance pads into a looped special effect. Alright guys, so that was my very brief review of the PIONEER DDJ SB2. Again, it's another great controller for any small venues, clubs, bars, house parties, anything that doesn't have a ton of people. Again, it's a really great controller for beginner DJs, for DJs that are just starting out, looking for something that's not going to break the bank, but that's also going to teach you the basics and how to use Serato and how to make the most out of your equipment. There are also a ton of fun carrying options for the DDJ SB2 because it has been out so long. All types of different hard carrying cases, soft carrying cases, backpacks, all that fun stuff. So if you guys are looking for any gear, make sure you tap in the link below in the description. Zounds is my supplier. Make sure you tap in with Zounds. I have a link for all the products used in this video below. Make sure you tap in with me at DJ313 on Instagram. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Y'all stay in the mix, man. I got tons of heat coming for you, but till then, stay tuned.